The air crackles with heat. Acrid smoke stings the eyes and chokes the lungs. The sky, once a brilliant blue, bleeds a terrifying crimson red. The roar of flames devouring dry brush sounds like a freight train, a monster gaining momentum. It's a scene becoming eerily familiar in the canyons and hillsides of Los Angeles, a city perched on the edge of paradise, now threatened by Inferno. Imagine being jolted awake in the dead of night. The acrid smell of smoke fills your nostrils. You stumble outside to find your neighbor's palm tree engulfed in flames, embers raining down on your roof. Panic grips you. It's a scene repeated over and over as wildfires rage through Southern California, fueled by drought and driven by fierce winds. These are not just wildfires, they are climate change's calling card, a glimpse into a future where fire seasons grow longer and more destructive. The Golden State now faces a stark reality. Wildfires are increasing in frequency and intensity, fueled by a warming planet and human actions. These untamed blazes consume everything in their path, ignited by lightning or human carelessness. A spark in a dry forest can quickly escalate into an unstoppable inferno. Wildfires are a natural part of many ecosystems, clearing dead vegetation and allowing new growth. But now, that balance is disrupted, tipped by a warming planet. Climate change is making extreme weather events more frequent and severe. To understand wildfires, you need to know the fire triangle: fuel, oxygen, and heat. Remove anyone and the fire dies. But in California, all three are abundant. Drought and rising temperatures have turned vegetation into tinder, ready to ignite. Oxygen is everywhere, and wind fans the flames, spreading fire rapidly. Stronger winds fueled by climate change turn small fires into raging infernos. For millennia, wildfires have played a crucial role in shaping the landscapes we know today. They are nature's way of clearing out dead and decaying vegetation, making way for new growth. Forests have evolved to withstand and even benefit from these periodic fires. Some tree species, like the giant sequoia, rely on fire to release their seeds and regenerate. These natural wildfires, often sparked by lightning, typically occur in areas where vegetation is sparse or where natural fire breaks like rivers or rocky outcrops can help contain their spread. They are essential for maintaining healthy ecosystems, promoting biodiversity, and reducing the risk of catastrophic fires. The delicate balance that has governed wildfires for millennia is being disrupted by a warming planet. Climate change, driven by the burning of fossil fuels and deforestation, is altering the very fabric of our atmosphere, making extreme weather events more frequent and, honestly, more severe. The consequences are starkly evident in the increasingly devastating wildfires that have ravaged California in recent years. The link between climate change and wildfires is, well, undeniable. Rising global temperatures, a direct result of greenhouse gas emissions, are creating hotter and drier conditions across the globe. California, already prone to drought, is experiencing longer and more severe dry spells, turning its once lush landscapes into tinderboxes. California, with its iconic coastline and majestic mountains, has always been a land shaped by fire. But as global temperatures rise, the Golden State is facing a new terrifying reality, a future where wildfires are not just more frequent, but also more ferocious. The link between climate change and these increasingly destructive infernos is undeniable. The Earth's climate is changing at an unprecedented rate, primarily due to human activities like the burning of fossil fuels. These activities release greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, trapping heat and causing global temperatures to rise. The consequences of this warming are being felt worldwide, from melting glaciers to rising sea levels. And in California, one of the most immediate and devastating impacts is the intensification of wildfires. California is no stranger to drought. The state has experienced cyclical periods of dry weather throughout its history. However, climate change is intensifying these droughts, making them longer, more severe, and honestly, more frequent. The consequences for wildfire risk are profound. Drought starves the land of moisture, turning once lush vegetation into a tinderbox. Trees and plants, desperate for water, become stressed and more susceptible to disease and insect infestations, further increasing their flammability. The dry soil, unable to retain moisture, creates a parched understory that allows fires to spread rapidly. Wind has always played a crucial role in wildfire behavior, acting as a bellows that can fan flames into a frenzy. But as the climate changes, wind patterns are shifting, leading to stronger, more erratic winds that are exacerbating wildfire risk. These winds, often dry and gusty, can carry embers miles ahead of the main fire front, igniting spot fires and causing wildfires to spread with astonishing speed. In California, the Santa Ana winds, which blow westward from the desert regions, are notorious for their role in fueling some of the state's most destructive wildfires. These hot, dry winds, often reaching speeds of up to 60 miles per hour, can turn small brush fires into raging infernos in a matter of hours. The convergence of these factors, rising temperatures, prolonged drought, and intensifying winds, paints a grim picture for the future of wildfires in California and beyond. As the planet continues to warm, these trends are projected to worsen, leading to even more frequent, intense, and destructive wildfires. The consequences for human life, property, and the environment are staggering. Scientists predict that by the end of the century, the area burned by wildfires in California could increase by as much as 77%. This increase in fire activity will have devastating consequences for the state's ecosystems, air quality, and human health. The economic costs of these fires are also projected to skyrocket, as homes are destroyed, businesses are disrupted, and firefighting costs continue to climb. The roar of the flames is deafening, but it's the silence that follows that truly chills the soul. The silence of a community devastated, homes reduced to ash, lives upended by the ferocity of wildfire. Behind the fiery spectacle lies a deeply human tragedy, a story of loss, displacement, and the struggle to rebuild in the face of unimaginable devastation. The stories of those who have faced the wrath of California's wildfires are harrowing. Families huddled together in cars as flames licked at the road, their escape a desperate race against a wall of fire. The elderly and vulnerable, unable to flee, left to the mercy of the inferno. Firefighters risking their lives to save others, often losing their own in the process. As humans flee the inferno, the natural world faces its own silent tragedy. Wildfires, once a natural part of many ecosystems, are now becoming agents of destruction, pushing countless species to the brink and leaving behind a landscape scarred and vulnerable. The delicate balance of nature is being disrupted, and honestly, the consequences are far-reaching. Forests, once teeming with life, are transformed into desolate graveyards. Trees that have stood for centuries, their branches reaching towards the sky, are reduced to charred skeletons. The undergrowth, once a haven for small mammals and birds, is incinerated, leaving behind a barren wasteland. The flames may subside, but the danger lingers in the air, a silent killer carried on the wind. Wildfire smoke, a toxic cocktail of particulate matter, gases, and chemicals, blankets communities far and wide, posing a serious threat to human health, particularly for the most vulnerable among us. As wildfires rage, they release massive amounts of smoke into the atmosphere, creating a thick haze that can obscure the sun and turn the sky an eerie orange. This smoke, carried by wind currents, can travel hundreds and even thousands of miles, impacting air quality in areas far removed from the fire lines. In the heart of the inferno, where flames dance with deadly grace, a different breed of hero emerges. Clad in heavy gear, faces obscured by masks and helmets, firefighters stand as guardians at the gates of hell. They are the thin yellow line that separates order from chaos, hope from despair. Facing searing heat, choking smoke, and sudden flames, they persevere, driven by duty and compassion. The battle against a wildfire is often a David and Goliath struggle, a testament to human courage and resilience in the face of overwhelming odds. The sheer scale of these infernos can be daunting, with flames stretching for miles, consuming everything in their path. Yet, the firefighters stand their ground, their determination fueled by a sense of purpose that transcends fear. They work tirelessly, often for days on end, with little rest and scant regard for their own safety. They battle fatigue, dehydration, and the ever-present risk of injury, their bodies pushed to the limit as they confront an enemy that knows no mercy. Yet, they never waver, their resolve strengthened by the knowledge that lives and livelihoods hang in the balance. The toll of fighting wildfires is etched on the faces of these modern-day warriors. The lines etched around their eyes speak of long hours and sleepless nights. The soot that stains their skin is a badge of honor, a testament to their courage in the face of danger. Yet beneath the grime and fatigue, a different kind of beauty shines through, the unwavering strength of the human spirit. For many firefighters, the scars run deeper than the surface. The trauma of witnessing firsthand the destructive power of fire, the loss of homes and livelihoods, and the ever-present threat to their own safety can leave invisible wounds that take years to heal. The memories of past battles, of close calls and fallen comrades, linger long after the flames have subsided. The wildfire crisis demands a multifaceted response, one that addresses both the immediate threat and the underlying causes. This means not only bolstering our firefighting capabilities, but also implementing proactive measures to reduce wildfire risk and mitigate the impacts of climate change. It's a daunting task, but one that we can no longer afford to ignore. One crucial step is to rethink our approach to forest management. For decades, a policy of fire suppression allowed forests to become overgrown and unhealthy, creating a tinderbox waiting to ignite. Controlled burns, carefully planned and executed fires that mimic natural fire cycles can help reduce this fuel load, making forests more resilient to wildfire. The fight against wildfires is not just the responsibility of firefighters and government agencies. It's a collective effort that requires the active participation of individuals and communities. By taking proactive steps to reduce wildfire risk around our homes and educating ourselves about fire safety, we can all contribute to a safer future. Creating defensible space around homes is crucial for reducing the risk of wildfire damage. This involves clearing vegetation within a 100-foot radius of structures, trimming trees and shrubs, and removing flammable materials like firewood and debris. Simple steps like these can make a significant difference in protecting homes from embers and radiant heat. The wildfire crisis is not confined to California or the United States. It's a global challenge that demands a coordinated global response. Climate change knows no borders, and the actions we take today will have far-reaching consequences for future generations. Reducing greenhouse gas emissions is paramount. This requires transitioning away from fossil fuels and investing in renewable energy sources like solar, wind, and geothermal. International agreements like the Paris Climate Accord provide a framework for global cooperation on climate action, but more ambitious targets and concrete actions are urgently needed. The scenes of devastation left by wildfires are undeniable, a stark reminder of the power of nature unleashed. It's easy to feel overwhelmed, to succumb to despair as we witness the charred landscapes and hear the stories of loss. But amidst the ashes, a flicker of hope persists. For within humanity lies an unyielding spirit, a capacity for resilience and innovation that has time and again allowed us to overcome adversity. The wildfire crisis is a call to action, a summons to confront not only the immediate danger, but also the root causes that exacerbate these infernos. It's a call for individual responsibility, community engagement, and global cooperation on an unprecedented scale. The path forward won't be easy, but it's a journey we must undertake for the sake of our planet and future generations. Imagine a future where wildfires, though still a force of nature, are no longer harbingers of widespread destruction. A future where communities coexist with fire, prepared, resilient, and empowered to protect themselves and their surroundings. This future is within reach, but it requires a fundamental shift in our thinking and our actions. It starts with acknowledging the interconnectedness of our world, recognizing that climate change is not someone else's problem. It's a global challenge that demands a global response. It means embracing sustainable practices, reducing our reliance on fossil fuels, and investing in renewable energy sources.